Assalamu alaikum, class 8. Students, welcome to class 8. This is your new session. So I am welcoming you. This is your first class of English in which I will guide you regarding your course content, the things which are included in your course, and what you have to write in your notebooks. First of all, I'll tell you this: as in the class you do the first work which we do in the class, that is to write the course content in the notebook. You know, in English you have two notebooks, A and B. English A notebook and English B notebook. So you have to write the course content of English A in English A notebook and English B in English B notebook. You have to write the course content of English A and English B in the separate notebooks. The first thing which you have to do is to fill up your card cover of the notebook. That is, you will not write your serial number. Remember this thing, you will not write your serial number. You will write your name, class, subject and section. First you will do this, and then you will write the name, subject, class, name, class, branch, subject, session and branch in the inside of the copy card. This is the inside part and this is the outer part, and this is the inner part of the, or you can say inside of the copy card. You have to fill up these areas and then you have to cover your notebook. Then this is the course contents for midterm of English A. You have to do the work as it is, which as I have done, that you have to draw the margin lines on the four corners of your notebook as you do in the class. Then you have to give the heading. Then the starting letter should be in the two lines, and then you have to write the English A. You have to underline each and every heading. The first thing, that is course contents for midterm English A, should be in the next line. Then there are colons. Then unit number 1, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the model of tolerance. You have to skip line after each heading. You can see in the course content for midterm, I have skipped one line. Then English A, after I have skipped one line. Then unit 1, I have skipped one line. And then you have to write after skipping a line, because you will underline the heading of unit 1. So you have to skip the line, otherwise it will look untidy. Unit number 2, Iqbal's message to youth. Unit number 3, Qaid, a great leader. Unit number 4, the daffodils poem. And the note is glossary, comma, vocabulary, comma, comprehension questions, comma, text translation and paragraph comprehension will be done in English A notebook. This note you have to write and you have to underline it, or you can and you have to draw the margin lines on the four borders as you do in the notebook. And this is the course content of English A. Then you have to take out your another notebook, that will be of English B. You will not write the serial number as it is. Then you have to write the name, class and subject and section. Now you have to write in the copy card inside again section, name, class, branch, session and subject. You will not write the serial number again over it. Then you have to write the course contents for midterm. English B will be in the next line, and then application. The heading of application, any two from previous board papers, means you will write any two applications from the past papers. That means it will be unseen. Letter, any two from previous board papers, means they will be also unseen, and we will write them from the past papers. Story is seen, that is rediscuss, and union is strength. Essay, my favorite personality, my best friend. Essay, tenses, the present tenses, all four aspects of present tense: active, passive voice, the present tenses only, direct, indirect narration, assertive plus universal truth, and Proverbs 1 to 20. Now you have to do this all work in the neat and tidy way. You will draw the margins on the four borders of the notebook, and then you will write it as it is. You will underline each and every heading with the you can do with the pointer, black pointer, and blue black pen as well. You have to do this work. You know that what you have to do in these holidays, that you have to give your complete concentration to your presentation is very necessary. You have to do this work with the complete presentation, that is underlining, that is shading, that is you have to draw the borders, each and everything. There must be margin lines, there must be underlining, there must be shading, because what you have to improve, you have to improve your writing and your presentation, because now you are in the class in which that is the starting point of the board exams. You have to prepare yourself as you prepare yourself for the board. You have to do each and everything in the way that you are doing for the board papers. Still the learning is not started, so you have to give your complete concentration here on your presentation and on your writing. So your writing should be very neat, tidy, and beautiful. Apart from that we are starting, as we have discussed, the course contents of English A and course contents of English B. Now we are proceeding towards the textbook of English, that is KPK book, that is easily available in the stores, in the bookshops, and this is the cover of your textbook of grade 9, a textbook of English, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa textbook, Board, Peshawar, that is easily available in the bookshops. You can buy it from anywhere. This is your textbook, that is the cover of your textbook. And now proceeding towards the very first unit of your book, that is Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the model of tolerance. That is your first unit. What is the theme of this unit? The theme of this unit is, in this unit, they have discussed those incidents in which the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam showed his tolerance and patience towards the difficulties, towards the negativities, towards the criticism, and he also gave us those lessons and gave us those preaching that we have to keep patience and tolerance in every matter of our life, in every situation of our life. For as the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have gone through so many difficulties, so many circumstances, so many situations, but he kept and due to these tolerance, the people used to admire him. The people had accepted the Islam just because of his tolerance and patience. They admired him for his patience and tolerance, and they were attracted, and they were you can say attracted. They came towards him just for his this deed, just for his this quality that was present in Holy Prophet. He says that, like for example, for him the tolerance was not the thing that you tolerate others for the sake of tolerance. You tolerate others for the sake of Allah. You tolerate others for the sake that they will one day understand you. The day will come when they will understand you. They will think from your perspective. Today, if you think from the other's perspective, tomorrow they will think from your perspectives as well. He did not forgive the people that he showed himself that he was merciful. He was the person who forgave others, but he forgave others because he thought from their perspectives. He kept himself on their place, and he thought that might be he was at their place, so he will do the same. That's why he preaches. He taught us to be tolerant, to be patient. Now this is the very first unit of your book, that is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the model of tolerance. Proceeding towards the next page, that is the page number 2, that in which there is a circle in which they have written Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the things are revolving around him. That is the Rahmatul Alameen. He was Rahmatul Alameen indeed. He was a just. He was the epitome of justice. He do the justice, and he prefers justice, and he gave us the teachings of justice. He was the epitome. He was the example. He was the ideal for humanity. He was patience. He had that much patience which attracted the people of Makkah and even the people of all over the world, who gave his examples, his instances, and his lives, and they follow the life of Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They follow the way of life of Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was Sadiq and Amin, that he was truthful and he was trustworthy person ever we have seen in our life. He have those all qualities just because he have the tolerance. He had the tolerance. He used to be tolerant in every place of his life, and he gave those preachings. Now the very first ayah which I am going to read, which is written, and that is taken from Surah Baqarah. The ayah is taken from Surah Baqarah. O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. O you who have believed, O you, that now I am going to translate this ayah because this is very important. You can write the translation over here. O you who have believed, ए ईमान वालो, seek help, मदद मांगो through patience and prayer, सब्र से और नमाज से. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. बेशक अल्लाह सब्र करने वालों के साथ है. ए ईमान वालों, सब्र और नमाज से मदद मांगो, बेशक अल्लाह सब्र करने वालों के साथ है. This is taken from Surah Baqarah. Now you can see in the Quran there are so many ayahs which gives us those lessons, which gives us those teachings that we have to be patient and we have to be tolerant in each stage of life, because when we don't have the tolerance, we will do some mess, we will do some wrong things. For example, the people got angered, the people got offended for immediately on the others' actions, and we show our reaction immediately soon. So what is the thing that, okay, the other have done the action, but our reaction also do the mess with us, also harm us. Our immediate offense, our immediate reaction also cause harm to us as well. It is not the way that it will only harm the other people. It harm us as well. So it is the way to keep tolerance that Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam not only taught us, he not only told us, he not only said these things, he not only gave us the long speeches, he did that things, he showed that things, he acted upon his speeches. He first acted and then he told us, he gave the speech over it. He first did that things and then his deeds attracted the people, not his speeches. Because in his deeds there was the complete example, there was the practical examples in his speeches, in his life. We can take the complete and practical example from his life, that he had done these things, and then he taught us, then he told us to do that in that way. Now the very first paragraph I am going to translate it. First I will read that paragraph and then I will proceed it towards the translation, and first I will share the difficult words meaning and then I will do the translation of it. By tolerance, we mean a fair and objective attitude towards those whose lifestyle differs from ours. Tolerance is the virtue which enables a person to forbear the attitude, negative remarks, and action with patience and calmness. The life of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is a superb example of tolerance. It is his tolerance that let him forgive his worst enemies. Truly, he is an epitome of tolerance, forgiveness, patience, and compassion. The Holy Quran describes him as a Rahmatul Alameen, a mercy unto the whole mankind and the universe. Now, let me share the difficult words with you. That are some difficult words: tolerance, rawadari, bardash, fair, munsifana, objective attitude, zahiri riwaya, virtue, sift, enables, qabil, forbear bardasht, negative remarks, manfi tabsire, truly hakikatan, epitome namuna, forgiveness, darguzar, compassion, shafqat. Now, the paragraph I am going to translate. You have to keep your pencils in your hand, and then you will write the difficult words over it, over the difficult words, and then you have to write the translation in the sequence. By tolerance, we mean a fair and objective attitude towards those whose lifestyle differs from ours. Now, again, I am repeating it. By tolerance, we mean a fair and objective attitude towards those whose lifestyle differs from ours. Now you can see what they wanted to say. They wanted to say that by the tolerance they mean that the lifestyle of others is different from ours. So it is not the case that we got offended and we start to fight with them. No, we should not start fighting with them. We have to understand others. We have to accept the differences, the difference of opinion. For example, sometimes somebody gave us opinion and that is totally different from ours opinion, so we should not find offense there. We should not be offended there that yes, his opinion is different from my idea, my opinion, my views, so why I accept this? Still, you are not accepting those, you are not going to adapt them, so why you are fighting over it? So you have to think with the patience and the tolerance you can make other understand your point of view, but with the fight you will make them rigid to be restricted to their own point, because you are fighting with them and they will never understand, because you have to think from other perspectives as well. Why they are saying that, what is the background behind that, from which circumstances and conditions he is going on, and why he is saying that. Tolerance is the virtue. It is a reward which make us able to bear the negative attitude of others, to bear the taunts of others. Sometimes people criticize us, sometimes they taunt us, they give negative remarks over us. But when you are right, you have to stand over there, but you have to bear these all things with the tolerance and patience. As we can see that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is the super example of tolerance. He forgive his enemies. He forgave his enemies because he understood, he knew that why they were his enemies. Even he knew that why they were his enemies, what was their perspectives, and why now they are accepting the Islam. So that's why he forgive everyone. The doors of his forgiveness were always open. Truly, he was the epitome, he was the ideal, he was the example, he was an instance of tolerance, forgiveness, and patience. And the Quran has described him as Rahmatul Alameen. He was the Rahmat, a blessing for the whole universe. Alameen, for the whole universe. Now, by tolerance, we mean a fair and objective attitude towards those whose lifestyle differs from ours. رواداری سے ہماری مراد by tolerance, رواداری سے ہمارا مطلب وی مین ہمارا مطلب افیئر ایک اچھا یا یو کین سے منصفانہ اینڈ آبجیکٹیو ایٹیٹیوڈ ظاہری رویہ آبجیکٹیو ایٹیٹیوڈ ظاہری رویہ ٹورڈز دوز ان کی طرف ہوز لائف اسٹائل جن کا طرز زندگی ڈفرز فرام آرز ہمارے سے مختلف ہے ہمارے سے مختلف ہے. Now I am going to translate it again in a sequence. رواداری سے ہمارا مطلب ان کے ساتھ یا ان کی طرف اچھا یا منصفانہ اور ظاہری رویہ ہے جن کا طرز زندگی ہم سے مختلف ہے. ٹالرنس از دا ورچیو. رواداری ایک صفت ہے یا خوبی ہے which enables جو قابل بناتی ہے a person to forbear ایک شخص کو کہ برداشت کرے یا ایک شخص کو برداشت کرنے کی to forbear برداشت کرنے کی the attitude رویہ negative remarks منفی تبصرے and action with patience اور عمل برداشت کے ساتھ اور سکون کے ساتھ with patience and calmness برداشت اور سکون کے ساتھ. Now I'm going to repeat them in a sequence. رواداری ایک خوبی ہے یا صفت ہے جو ایک شخص کو رویے منفی تبصروں اور عمل کو صبر اور سکون کے ساتھ برداشت کرنے کے قابل بناتی ہے. The life of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a superb example of tolerance. The life of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam رسول پاک صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی زندگی ایک اعلیٰ نمو ایگزامپل مثال ہے آف ٹالرنس رواداری کی ٹھیک ہے برداشت کی رواداری کی ٹھیک ہے. It is his tolerance that led him یہ ان کی رواداری ہے جس نے forgive his worst enemies جس نے ان کو ان کے بدترین دشمنوں کو معاف کرنے دیا انہیں ان کے بدترین دشمنوں کو معاف کرنے دیا. یہ ان کی رواداری ہے جس نے انہیں ان کے بدترین دشمنوں کو معاف کرنے دیا. ریپیٹنگ دس اگین لائن یہ ان کی رواداری ہے جس نے انہیں ان کے بدترین دشمنوں کو معاف کرنے دیا. Truly he is an epitome of tolerance. Truly حقیقتاً he is an epitome وہ نمونہ ہے of tolerance رواداری کا. Forgiveness درگزر. Patience صبر and compassion شفقت. حقیقتاً وہ رواداری درگزر صبر اور شفقت کا ایک مجسم نمونہ ہے. The Holy Quran describe him as رحمت العالمین. قرآن پاک انہیں رحمت العالمین کے طور پر بیان کرتا ہے. A mercy unto the whole mankind and the universe. A mercy رحمت unto the whole mankind تمام انسانیت کے لیے and the universe اور جہان کے لیے تمام انسانیت اور جہان کے لیے رحمت. You can write it in the bracket. تمام انسانیت اور جہان کے لیے رحمت. The Holy Quran describes him. Describes قرآن بیان کرتا ہے قرآن پاک انہیں بیان کرتا ہے as رحمت العالمین انہیں رحمت العالمین کے طور پر as رحمت العالمین انہیں رحمت العالمین کے طور پر. A mercy unto the whole mankind and the universe تمام انسانیت اور جہان کے لیے رحمت. Inshallah we will proceed our lecture with the next paragraph in the next class inshallah. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Keep safe at home.